Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Disney Princess Challenge. As you can see, we are back with Snow White and her little ones. And she is just currently working on some flashcards with Ash. We are working on dealing with some of our skill building. As we know, Ash and Forrest actually have done pretty well with building up their skills, which is something that they needed to do for this challenge, but she is just trying to help them build up a little bit more of their skills. We have a big day here on this episode because, as you can see, we are getting really close to Snow giving birth to her child. And we have our twin princesses who will be aging up in this episode as well. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the boys might be aging up as well. So I do think it is a really big day. Everyone is going to be aging up and we're going to be seeing a lot of makeovers. So Snow is going to be having a lot going on. We are going to have to get her into the kitchen. She's going to have to make a cake at some point for everyone to go ahead and have their birthdays, but I'm just going to get her out here. She's going to sell off some of the things that she has sold on Plopsy and ship those off, and we're going to let her come on out and converse a little bit with this fox. It's been a while since she has been able to talk to the woodland creatures, and so she's just going to have a little bit of a conversation with the fox, and then we're going to have her go on out and do a little bit of digging before she has to get back in and tend to the little ones. So it does look like one of the girls are crying, and so we are going to have to go in and make sure that we can take care of them and ensure that they are changed and fed and taken care of. But as we know, we'll probably have to get Florian to come around. We do want him to visit, and especially if they're going to be aging up, we want him to see them as they are aging up into their next life stage and be able to be a part of that. So we'll probably go ahead and invite Florian over and let him be a part of their birthdays, and obviously we want him to be around once we give birth to the new baby, and that way he can see the new baby be born. We are getting really close to having our house fulfillment because we currently already have 4 little dwarves and we just need 7, so we are getting well on our way here to meeting that for this challenge. And Snow is getting really excited because she knows that once she is able to meet that, she's getting really, she's getting closer to being to the place where she's going to be able to settle down with Florian. They're going to be able to go ahead and tie the knot, and hopefully they'll be able to overthrow the evil queen, and things will be able to go to some kind of semblance of normal. So she is hoping that they will be able to kind of figure some things out, and she'll be able to move in with the prince, and they'll be able to merge their homes, and at some point she is going to get everything she ever dreamed of. Obviously, right now she is alone. She's raising these children alone, and it's very difficult for her. Even though she loves her life, she loves her children, she does want to spend her life with Florian. She wants to live happily ever after. She wants to be with the man that she loves. And this being here alone in the forest, hiding out, is not at all the life that she had dreamed of when she was a young girl. So it does make it kind of difficult for her. She is doing what she has to do to protect her family, but it's definitely not the life that she had kind of dreamed of when she was growing up, and so she is hoping that she can get the life that she always wanted. She is sacrificing for the greater good, but we are hoping with time we're going to be able to overthrow the evil queen, and our life is going to be able to be merged with Prince Florian. So I am just going to let her tend to the little ones here, and then we'll get her into the kitchen and see about maybe getting that cake done. She hasn't done any skill building for herself, so I will have to get her to maybe get a little bit of knitting done. Maybe she can even get a little bit of painting done at some point so that she can start building up some of her own skills. We do have a significant amount of money saved up, which is good, because as we know, once the children start aging up, we are going to have to rearrange this room a little bit to make room for children. The boys will need you know, single bunk beds in here so that we can have room for everyone to sleep. So it's a good thing that we have the money that we do have, and that she's been able to make some money with her paintings and with knitting and selling things on Plopsy and things like that. But I mean, the money doesn't really last with the bills and with us having to get things for the children. So she is going to need to continue painting and continue knitting and bringing in funds to the house. So I do want to make sure that she does that. As you can see, her energy is starting to get pretty low, so I am going to have to send Snow off to let herself get a little bit of rest. But before she does that, she is just going to go ahead and do a little bit of a knitting project so that she can go ahead and list that on Plopsy, and hopefully we'll be able to have some more things available to sell, and then we'll be able to make some more money. She is always trying to make money for this family, and that is a high priority for her. She obviously can't go out and get a job, so this is the only way that she can bring funds into the house. And with Florian out there doing his best to work for the kingdom, you know, he's not really that much of a help in the sense of being able to bring funds into this house either, since, you know, they don't live together. And so the work that he does goes into his family with the king and the queen. So she doesn't really see any of that money. I would say he probably pays child support, but I don't know that I've seen any of that come across. So we'll just have to watch and see if that starts taking place. But we are going to go ahead and we're going to let the children just get a little bit of playing in and some skill building. And then once it's time for everyone to go ahead and turn in for the night, we'll get them into bed. And everyone is going to get a little bit of shut-eye because it is starting to get a little bit late. And I do think tomorrow is everyone's birthday, and so we will be seeing Snow into the kitchen, getting a cake baked, and we will have everyone starting to celebrate their birthday, and we'll probably see Florian come around so that he can celebrate with them, or at the very least visit with them and just be here when it's time for that celebration. So I am just going to go ahead and get Ash and Forrest on into bed here for the evening. And when Snow is done knitting this sweater, we'll go ahead and get her into bed as well. The girls are already in bed, tucked in, and so everyone is fast asleep as far as the children go. So we absolutely love that. Someone has a stinky diaper though. It would seem that she smells that and she's like, oh, that's so disgusting. But, you know, I don't think she's really going to wake anyone up to change diapers because it just takes way too much time. We're just going to let her, you know, finish this knitting project and go straight off to bed, and she can deal with the stinky diaper in the morning when everyone wakes. So let's go ahead and send her off to bed, and I'll see you in the morning. So it is the next morning. Snow is up. She's just grabbing herself a little bit of a bite to eat. Ash is up. He is just having a little bit of a conversation with her. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out some food and let Ash grab himself a little bit of a serving here because he also is looking like he's getting a little bit hungry. Forrest is the same. So the boys are just going to go ahead and grab themselves a serving of food here. And then I am going to go ahead and we're going to list some things on Plopsy with Snow. And then we'll get her in here and we'll have her wake up. I think that's Blossom. And we'll have her change her diaper here because she is still nasty from the night before. And once she's done tending to the little ones, we will have her probably go in there and start working on getting that cake going. Because I do think today is officially their birthday. And so everyone is going to be aging up today. So we will have to get them working on being able to blow out their candles and getting themselves all aged up, which is going to be really exciting to see. I am really, I don't know, I just am really excited to see how everyone's going to look, who everyone's going to look like, and I can't wait to see what traits they get and things of that nature. So I am really excited to see everyone go ahead and age up. We are going to, though, go ahead and just let Snow get into the kitchen. She wants to kind of clean up a little bit. And she didn't change her diaper. Okay, let's get her in here and have her change Blossom. Blossom is like, why did you just lay me in the floor and not change me? That is a very good question. Looks like Snow is feeling pretty angry. She's going through a little bit of a mood swing because of her pregnancy. I think she is probably over this pregnancy. She's like, I'm ready to have this baby. It is, you know, her last trimester here, and so I do think that she's probably well and ready to go ahead and give birth, and I can't say that I much blame her. So hopefully she will actually go on into labor soon. But Forrest is in here. He's just playing with the dolls a little bit. It's nice to see him actually playing with the dolls and not destroying things. So we love that for Forrest. Hopefully he is learning that he can't be destructive and he needs to, you know, actually play with these dolls, and it helps him to build up his imagination, which is great to see that, you know, he's finally learning that lesson. So we are going to get him learning on the different toys here and building different skills while we get Snow cleaning up a little bit after she finishes tending to all of the girls here. She's just going to make sure everyone's been fed and everyone is clean, and so we absolutely love that for her. She's like, here you go, sweet girl. And the boys are really just being self-sufficient, which we absolutely love. Such a precious little family. They have grown up really quickly here, I think. But, you know, Snow did want all of her children kind of born close together so that they could be friends and they would have close relationships. And so I think that, you know, obviously there was a bit of an age gap between Forrest and Ash and Aurora and Blossom, but we are going to have this new baby being pretty close to Aurora and Blossom. So I think they are going to all end up being pretty close, and I hope that they're going to have really close relationships, the children, as they're growing up, and they'll be really good friends. That is my goal here for them, is that they'll end up being really, really bonded, the children, because I do want them to have really good relationships with one another. I really, really wish that Snow wasn't in such a angry mood, but unfortunately, being that she is in the mood swing that she's in, it is just what it is. I am going to go ahead and get her making a little bit of breakfast food here, because she is starting to feel a little bit hungry, and so are the children. So we'll go ahead and get her doing a little bit of a meal here, and then they will have something that they can eat that will be available to them. So we'll go ahead and get her working on that, and then everyone will be able to go ahead and dislikes cooking. Of course not. She likes to cook, so I'm going to say no to that. Okay, stop messing with the girls and get in here and finish this meal. And then once you're done cooking, you can call Florian and see if he wants to come over. So get in here and finish this meal. So she's going to call Florian. They're going to have a little bit of a chat, and she's going to see how he's doing. And then she's going to see if he wants to come over and see the children and just visit for a little while. She's going to tell him, you know, I think that it would be really nice for you to come over and visit with the kids. They really miss you. I really miss you. It's been a couple of days since we've seen you. And so I think that, you know, Florian obviously realizes that Snow is secluded out here, and she really does, you know, value him coming around. She really does value the quality time that she gets with him. And it's hard raising all of these children by herself, and she really does need him to be by her side, even though she can't live with him right now and she can't marry him right now. She does need him, and she needs him in her life. So I think he will come on over and see her and help her to the best of his ability with the kids. And obviously he likes visiting with the children. He likes seeing them. So I think he will come on over and spend a little bit of quality time with her and with the children. So she's just going to finish up this meal here, and we will see Florian come on over and spend some time with his little family. Obviously, he doesn't really come over and stay for long periods of time, and that's just because he has a lot of pressing duties that he has to tend to in the castle, which is to be expected for a prince. But as you can see, he did come in. He went straight to the nursery and is dealing with the children. He's just so thrilled to see them, and he loves his kids so much. So Snow's going to come on in. She's going to check on the children And obviously she does need to go to the washroom and get a bath. But I do think that she will, after she tends to some of her needs, I think she will greet Florian, and she's just going to tell him how happy she is to see him. And, you know, just thank him for coming over and spending so much time with the kids, and for coming over to be with her and to help her out, because it really means a lot to her that he comes over and he spends so much time with the kids and that he dotes on them. She realizes how great of a father he is. She knows that it's hard on him to kind of divide his time the way he does, and that, you know, he really does want to marry her. He really wants her to move into the house with him so that they're always around. And she keeps telling him no because of the queen. And, you know, he hates that idea. And he keeps telling her that he understands and that he's going to respect her wishes. But she knows that he hates it. And yet he's still respecting her wishes. And so she appreciates that he goes out of his way to still try to come over and do things her way. And so she's just going to tell him how much she appreciates that from him. And she's just going to let him know that, you know, she realizes that this is hard on him, that he has duties that he needs to attend to. And she realizes that by doing it this way, she really is taking him away from his duties. But she really does appreciate that he goes above and beyond. Of course, they're going to sneak in a little bit of a bit of romance there, which we absolutely love. So I do think Florian is, you know, willing to do anything and everything for Snow. He is deeply, deeply in love with her, and he would bend over backwards for Snow. But also I think he wishes that she weren't quite so scared of the queen, and he's hoping that one day she'll overcome that and that he can talk her out of the way she's feeling, or at the very least that they can overpower the queen, and that she will feel safe enough to... Oh, they're jokesters. Okay, we love that. That he will at some point feel like she can let her guard down and everyone can move in together. So it is letting us know that it is almost the children's birthday, which is fantastic. We will be seeing that soon. And so we love that. She didn't finish this meal, so I'm going to have her come on in here and finish cooking this meal up so that everyone can go ahead and eat, because she's starting to feel really hungry. So I'm just going to have her finish this up, and then she's going to grab herself a bite to eat here. She is hungry and she's tired, and we desperately need her to take care of some of her needs here, because, you know, she's pregnant and her needs are really important. As you can see, Ash loves spending time with Snow. They're just having a little bit of a conversation. It doesn't seem that they're getting on that well. They keep having these negative buffs above their head, but Snow's gone ahead and gone off to bed. I'm actually going to probably send the children in to take themselves a little bit of a nap as well. And Florian has gone ahead and headed on off to the house because he needs to go and tend to some royal duties. The girls have been left in the floor there. But we're going to go ahead and let everyone take a nap, and I will check in with you once they have finished their nap. So Snow's up from her nap, and she's just in here checking on Aurora. Aurora is awake and just needing a little bit of attention. She's trying to get her to eat, but Aurora's just not having it. So we're just going to maybe spend a little bit of attention with her and a little bit of time with her. And she's like, no, let's just put you in your crib. Maybe Aurora is just needing a little bit of rest. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to let her tend to the girls here a little bit. And then, I don't know, maybe Snow probably should get herself back into bed. She woke up because the girls were crying. But we're going to do a little bit of tummy time with Blossom. Forrest has gotten up and he's streaking. I don't know why this child is constantly naked, but we're going to try to get him back into his clothing. And then we will allow him to go ahead and do a little bit of playing with some of his toys, building a little bit more of his skills. It looks like he is off to go and get himself a bite to eat, which is fantastic. So he is just going to go and be the little self-sufficient guy he is, which is wonderful. But after we do some tummy time with Blossom here, hopefully she'll learn to lift her head. And then maybe Snow can go and get herself a little bit more rest, because she didn't really get enough rest when she went down for her nap earlier. And she is desperately needing to do that. Oh my God, but she's gone into labor. All right, so it is time for her to go ahead and have her baby. So let's go ahead and give birth to her little one. And we're going to see what it is that she's having. You can do this, Snow. And she's like, oh, I don't know that I can. You totally can. She's like, oh, but I'm alone. It's okay, Snow. It's okay. You've got this. You've been down this road before. And she's like, okay. So it's a boy. All right, so we are going to go ahead and we are going to name this little boy. What are we going to name this boy? Let's go ahead and name him Alder. Oh, we've had another little boy. All right, we are going to name this little boy Rowan. Alder and Rowan have been born. So we have had twin boys again. And we now have 6 little ones. We need one more child, and then we will have officially had our 7 dwarves. And we love that for Snow. She is thinking to herself, oh my God, I can't believe I've had 6 babies. But you know, and 3 sets of twins, no less. Like, what are the odds of that? But we are really excited that we have had these little ones. I am just going to get her to come on in here and give them both a little bit of a feed. And then I will probably go ahead and let Snow go and get herself a little bit of rest. It would seem that everyone else is kind of just taking care of themselves here, which we absolutely love. The older boys are just playing with some toys here, which is fantastic. Like I said, they had gone and gotten themselves a little bit of a bite to eat, so they are good. They've come in here. Forrest is like, oh my gosh, Mom had babies. Oh my goodness. I know. I don't know how they're gonna feel about it, because, you know, she already had the girls and now she's had more little babies, and so they may be upset by that, but you know, it is what it is, and Mom has to have little ones. She's like, look here, you have a little brother. And Ash is like, why? Why do I have a little brother? I know, Ash. It'll be okay. Ash does seem to be getting on right now with Aurora, though. He seems to be over there chatting with her a little bit. And so we absolutely love that. So I guess Aurora and Blossom have at least been around long enough that the boys have kind of warmed up to them a little bit, which is great. But I think with the new children, it's going to take them a little bit more time to kind of get used to them. But I am going to go ahead and I'm going to have her put the girls down, and we're going to let Snow get a little bit of rest, and I will see you when she wakes. And in the morning, it is everybody's birthday. Everybody, all of the children will be aging up, so we will be doing their birthdays. Okay, so Snow is up, and it's because the babies were crying. Well, not the babies, but I think Aurora is crying, or Blossom. I'm not sure which one. But she is going to go ahead and take care of the little ones here. She is called to see if Florian wants to come around, and hopefully he'll come over. She does want him to meet his new little boys. So she has called, is going to call him to see if he wants to come over. And we are going to get him to hopefully come and visit. She is just going to tell him, Florian, I've had the little ones. And he's little ones. And she's like, yeah, I had twins again. And he's like, you have got to be kidding me. And she's like, I am not kidding you, but you need to come meet them. I've had 2 boys. And he's like, oh my gosh. So Florian's going to come over. He's going to come meet his new little princes. And we are so excited that he's going to come and see the little ones. So we love that for him. But also I think that Snow is going to be a little bit romantic with Florian. She's going to love on him, and she's going to tell him how much she loves him. And I think that they're going to get caught up in the moment because, you know, she is smitten with him. And the fact that they are so in love, and the fact that she is so overjoyed with the fact that their family is so happy and so complete, and she's just feeling so blessed. And so I do think that they will kind of be in the heat of the moment, when he comes over, and they are going to go and celebrate together the happiness of the moment by going and having a little bit of a woohoo together. So they've headed off into the bedroom. They are just going to celebrate their happiness over a job well done. They are thrilled about the fact that their family is expanded. They're thrilled about the fact that they have 2 healthy boys, and that the pregnancy went so well, that the labor went so well, and they are just so happy that their family is perfect. They've got 4 little boys, 2 little girls. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's happy. They are so in love. And they are thinking to themselves, you know, everything's going according to plan. Snow's hiding out here in the forest. Nobody is the wiser. And soon we're going to be able to be married. And, you know, Snow's just really excited. Now, she's going to go in here. She's going to do a pregnancy test. She's kind of hoping that their woohoo there will have led to another pregnancy for her. She's wanting, obviously, every time that they woohoo, she hopes that she gets pregnant. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case, and she is not pregnant. And so obviously she is going to be a little bit saddened by that news. I mean, the girl literally just popped out 2 babies. You would think that she would not be upset by the fact that she is not pregnant right now. But she is like, why can't I get pregnant? Snow, get a grip. Honestly, you literally just had 2 babies. Why are you acting this way? Why are you feeling this way? I don't really know. But all she can think about is, I want my family to be complete, and I don't know why she's like this. I really don't. But she just wants their life to be so perfect, and she has this idea in her mind that she needs to have a certain number of children with Florian, and she wants to meet that goal with him. And, you know, she's like, we have to make our life perfect, and I want to make my life perfect with you. And he's like, you don't think that 6 children is enough? And she's like, I think we should have 1 more. And he's like, okay. And she's like, do you think we've got it in us? And he's like, I mean, we can always try. And she's like, I really wish, you know, we could. And he's like, I'll do anything for you, Snow, you know that. And she's like, I know that, Florian. And she's like, I just really want us to try to have 1 more baby. I just think we've got it in us to have 1 more. And he's like, okay, well, we can try to have 1 more baby, if that's what you really want. And she's like, it really is. So they're gonna go, and he's going to try to do exactly what she wishes and get her pregnant with 1 more baby. He doesn't understand the rush. He doesn't understand why she, you know, feels the need to need this, but he just knows that this is something that she wants, and being that he is so in love with her, he wants to give her everything that she wants. In Snow's mind, she's thinking, I want all of our children that we have to have or need to have, or that I want to have, to be so close in age together. I want them to all be best friends growing up. And in her mind, she's thinking to herself, as they age and grow up together, it brings us closer to being able to be together as well. And her goal is that as her children age up and grow up and start getting to the age where they're able to find love of their own, it's going to get her closer to being able to be with her husband and move in with him and secure a life with him. And once again, unfortunately, she is not pregnant and super saddened by that news. I think she's going to have to let him know that, you know, they were unable to get with child. But I am going to send her into the kitchen. I do need to get her making a cake. So we're going to have her bake a cake for the children, because as we know, it is their birthday and it is time for them to go ahead and start blowing out the candles. And we have lots of birthdays to celebrate. So after she makes this cake, we will have all 6 of them that will need to blow out their candles and age up. And then we'll have to do their makeovers. So she's going to get on in here. We're going to have her make this cake. Hopefully we will have a successful birthday for all of these children.
Zamonacero? Snaby? Vemboy Barovi. Oh, Lonkas. Haha, Faroom. Huh.
As you can see, she's just feeling really sad right now by the fact that she did not conceive. Oh my gosh. And she's wanting to go tend to all the kids instead of making that cake. I really wish that you would get in here and just resume this cake. Let's get her in here and have her finish making this cake. She's like, I've got to tend to the kids. I know, but there's so many of them that... And there's only one of you. And the cake has got to be made. Just go in there and make that cake. Leave the babies alone. Okay, put her down and finish making this cake. There you go. So once we finish making the cake, we're going to go ahead and put some candles on it. And then we're going to go ahead and blow out the candles with the children. That little Shizer took the piece of cake. Ugh, now she's going to have to make another cake. Ugh, these kids, you know, I swear. It was because she went to deal with the damn babies. Alright, so now she's going to have to make another cake, and then we will, at that point, put candles on it and start the birthday stuff. Florian's like, I wanted to hang around for the birthdays, but this process is taking a little bit of time. And she's like, well, I made a cake, and then Ash jumped into it, so now I have to make another one. And he's like, I understand. He's like, but you know I have all of these things that I have to get to doing, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to hang around for this. And she's like, I really wish you could. And he's like, I know, but I really do have a schedule I have to tend to. So I don't know if Florian's going to be able to hang around or not. So let's go ahead and get her to put some candles on this cake. She's got so much going on in her queue here, but I'm just going to get her to put some candles on this cake. And then we are going to go ahead and we are going to age up the little ones. All right, so first things first, we are going to age up Forrest because he is the oldest. So we are going to age Forrest up, and then we'll age up Ash, and then Aurora, and then Blossom, and then the babies. And then everyone is going to go ahead and get their makeovers. So let's go ahead and start our birthdays. So Snow, honey, if you're ready for this, but all 6 of your babies are about to become a little bit older. She's feeling really, really playful right now, so we love that for her. But let's go ahead on this Thanksgiving break that we're having currently, and we are going to start the birthdays for these children and get them aged up. She's going to head on in here and grab Forrest up and let him blow out his candles.
Fluffy!
Happy birthday, Forrest. Alright, so Forrest has aged up. He is going to be mean and a musical genius and erratic. And I'm just going to give him the motor skill, rambunctious scamp. And we are going to get her to come and age up Ash now. Alright, happy birthday, Ash.
Oh, Lucy!
How happy he looks. Oh. Right, and Ash is going to be a glutton, and he is going to also have the erratic trait. We love that for him. All right, and for him, let's do a school trait. I don't know why. It's probably not like he's going to actually go to school, but that's okay. Maybe he will go to school, but I don't know if they actually will end up going to school considering we're trying to hide out in the forest, but we'll just have to see. And now we're going to age up Aurora. Alright, happy birthday. Look at them all celebrate with her. I love that. Okay. And then we are going to age up little Blossom.
Oh, boom!
Happy birthday, Blossom. Oh, she's so dirty. Oh my goodness. She's a language savant. We love that for her. All right. And then we need to go and age up the babies. So let's head them in here and we will age up the boys. Looks like first she's going to take care of them a little bit and then we'll get them aged up. So Alder is first. And then Rowan. So Alder's going to be Wiggly. And Rowan is going to be Cautious. All right, and let's hop into Cass. All right, we are back in the game. We have set up the kids' room with new beds. Everyone has been aged up and we've done their makeovers, which is fantastic. I am just going to go ahead and get Snow to come on in here and kind of clean up. And we'll get her to get it looks like one of the babies is under the bed. So we'll get her to come and pick him up. But I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next episode of Disney Princess Challenge, where hopefully we will be able to see or get Snow pregnant in the next one. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.